Welcome to my channel and welcome to the DCS mission editor. I'm going to show how to play sounds in your missions, and these could be voiceover files that you've done or songs, and in this case I'm going to do one of each. Of course, this could get pretty complicated if you're trying to do radio voiceover messages and things like that. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but the main uses for this is if you wanted to just um, like at the end of a mission, if you lost, you could throw in some COD kind of sound files. Like I think if I remember right, if you failed a mission, it'd be like, mission failed, we'll get them next time or something like that. Um, it might be funny at some point if you ran out of ammo to say, changing mags, to use one of those Call of Duty sounds or something like that. Or on the song front, if you're in a Tomcat on an aircraft carrier and you wanted your mission start to be kind of like the beginning of Top Gun, you could play the Top Gun theme. Now, I will obviously warn you that if you're using copyrighted songs and you're doing them in certain situations, you could see some consequences for that. So, when in doubt, use royalty-free or copyright-free songs, I guess. But if you're throwing up mission files on the DCS user files and they're free, it's probably not that big of a deal. You can probably get away with that easily enough. Um, so that being said, for this mission, I've just got two units. I've got me in an F-16, and I've got a target here that's pretty easy. I have a cheesy sound file that I'll play at the beginning, and then I have some songs that I will play as well. So, and I've done these already, just playing around with it to make sure that I had everything correct. But we'll start from a clean slate. I've named this group player, and of course you can name the group or the unit. I'm missing something here. It might be covered by my you guys can't see it, but my recording software has something up there. So anyway, you should be able to do unit names or group names, and I'm using group names here. In this case, it's one unit in each group, so it doesn't really matter, but there are some cases where it will. So I've named those. It's very important that you name those to keep them straight. You can do it without naming them, but it's best to do it. I also like to name my triggers, and if you haven't used the DCS triggers before in the mission editor, it's actually pretty good. It's quite different from Operation Flashpoint or like Arma, but it's easy enough. So we'll do start voice. And again, this is just really cheesy stuff that I threw in, but we're going to do, for mission start type stuff, I just do time more than, and we're going to do 6 seconds. And of course, this is a single player mission, so it doesn't matter too much, but I'm going to do sound to group. You don't want it to all necessarily, but sound to group. And the group is the player. I want to be the only one that hears it. And we're going to do this sound file that I recorded. Again, it's really cheesy, but you can also listen to it here. You can navigate in this to sound files anywhere on your computer, really. And then you can listen to it there. You can do a start delay if you want. I don't really care to. So then we need another one, and we're going to do start song. And we're going to do another time more, and we're going to do 14 seconds because I want to make sure that other sound file has time to play. Another thing we can do, and I might as well do it on here because it's probably the cleaner way to do it, but stop last sound, and then we're going to do a new thing here, and we're going to do another sound to group player. That is correct, and we're going to do this, and this is just a royalty-free song that I've downloaded. So this should stop the last sound and start a new sound, and you can rearrange these if you want. These conditions you can do and or, but the actions, it's going to play all the actions. Okay, so that's the way it should be. Let's go check this again. Sound to group, time more. Yep, I did that right. Okay, now we're going to do one more, and we're going to do target dead. In some missions, I use a lot of flags to generate kind of some random events, or I'll do group alive less than. So if you have a group of 4 aircraft and 2 of them die, you can make it so that something happens. In this case, again, I'm just showing you some simple stuff, and so we're going to set that to target. So it can get more complex, but I don't want to go too deep into the weeds there. So we're going to stop last sound again, and we're going to create a new one once again to play sound to group. Group is player, open, and we're going to pick this other royalty-free song. And of course, like I said, you can listen to them here if you want to make sure that it's the right thing. So I have 3 triggers. I think they all look good. I'm going to close that. Now, last time I closed it, okay, I still have 3 triggers. I somehow deleted the last trigger when I was playing with this before, so I don't know what happened there. Save it, and we'll fly the mission. Okay, now my track IR is not working right now. It works, and then sometimes it just disconnects from DCS for some reason, and there's apparently no way for DCS to like try to reconnect to it or something. I don't know. I'm not a coder, so I'm not trying to get critical here, but it's very annoying because I have to shut down DCS and then just fire it back up again. And the track IR is on and it is operating, but it just disconnects sometimes. So when I hit fly, a few seconds should go by and we should hear the stupid cheesy sound file that I recorded earlier.
Hurry and get off the ground, moron.
There we go. So then there's the song. And normally I don't play with the labels on, but you know, since I don't have my track IR working, I'm going to leave them on. Plus, this is just for demo purposes. So now, if you're using Audacity to convert your songs, you can also use that to do your voiceovers. And there's a lot of ways that you can kind of make it. I didn't do any editing to that sound file. I was going to, but I didn't really care to because it wasn't a real deal. But you can make it sound more like radio traffic. You can put some distortion in it and kind of take the highs and lows out of the voice and stuff like that. I'm not great at that kind of stuff, so I probably won't do any tutorials on that kind of stuff. But just know that it is possible to really put some professional type work into your sound files.
Altitude.
Whoops. Oh, there we go. I thought I shot out in front of him. There we go. So it stopped the one song, and not a moment too soon, and started playing the next sound. So it'd be kind of nice if you could fade out one and fade in the other, kind of do some cross mixing or something like that. But I don't know that there's a way to do that unless you got into maybe some scripting or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, that pretty much concludes it. Again, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It can get a lot more complicated than that, obviously, but that's it in a nutshell. So hopefully you guys find that interesting and helpful, and you can kind of use it to spruce up your own missions a little bit, even if they're just for single player, even if they're just for you. It can be a lot of fun to put in that additional kind of excitement, or what's the word I'm trying to look for? I don't know, but anyway, get you amped up before you take off from the carrier or the airfield or whatever, or add some dramatic kind of emotional feels, or get your heart rate pumping a little bit more whenever you enter into battle, something like that, whatever it is. Use your creativity and make those missions even better, and And so, like I said, hopefully it helps. And with that, I'll sign off and thank you guys for watching.